Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. And today's video is when you have the worst day in your life and they comfort you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's get going. You knew it was going to be a bad day from the moment you woke up. Your throat burned when you swallowed. Your head was pounding like a drum, and your limbs felt too heavy for your body, but you couldn't call in sick again. Not after your manager had sighed yesterday, muttering something about reliability. And so, you dragged yourself out of bed, ignoring the way your vision tilted sideways for a moment. The morning went by in a haze of half-heard orders, the hiss of the espresso machine, and the sharp scent of roasted coffee beans. Normally, you love this job, but today everything blurred together. Your hands trembled as you tried to write names on cups. Your head buzzed, and every sound felt too loud. Then disaster struck. "Here's your latte, ma'am," you said weakly, holding out the cup. The woman barely looked up from her phone. You handed it over, but your grip slipped, your arm trembling from fatigue. Then, the sound of hot liquid hitting fabric was deafening. "Oh my God!" she shrieked, jumping back, coffee dripping down her white blouse. "Are you serious?" I'm so sorry," you sputtered, scrambling for napkins. "It was an accident, I swear. An accident. This is silk." Your manager rushed over, trying to calm her down, but the woman was already demanding your name, your boss's number, her rights as a paying customer. You felt the edges of your vision blur again. By the time your shift ended, you had been pulled aside. "Ryan," your manager sighed, voice tired. "This is the third mistake this week. I'm sorry, but we can't keep you on like this." The words hit harder than expected. You stood there in stunned silence, the noise of the cafe fading behind you. When you finally stepped outside, the sun had already dipped behind the buildings. The city lights blinked in and out through the haze of exhaustion. You tried to breathe, but it came out uneven. One day, just one bad day, and it felt like everything had unraveled. You were halfway down the street when your nose began to tingle. Then came the metallic taste. You brought your hand up. Blood. Your stomach twisted. You'd always hated the sight of blood. It made your knees go weak, your chest tight. You stumbled back, clutching at a wall. No. The world tilted, and everything went black. When you came to, the first thing you felt was the rough texture of the pavement under your palms and the cold air against your cheek. "Hey, hey, easy there," someone called. "Don't move too fast." You blinked up at a blurry face, a man in a suit, phone still in hand, crouching beside you. "Oh, thank God," another voice said, a woman kneeling beside him. "You passed out. You've been out for a couple of minutes." You tried to sit up, but dizziness hit you like a wave. The woman held your shoulder gently. "Don't rush it, sweetheart. Here, drink some water." Someone handed you a bottle. You took it, your fingers trembling as you unscrewed the cap. "I'm okay," you croaked. "Are you sure? We can call an ambulance," the man offered. You shook your head quickly. "No hospitals, I'll be fine. Just tired." They exchanged looks of concern. "You sure you don't want us to call someone? Family? Friends?" You swallowed hard, forcing a weak smile. "My partners are waiting for me at home. I'll walk, I promise." The woman hesitated, then finally nodded. "At least take this." She handed you a napkin for your nose. "You don't look good, honey. Get home and rest, okay?" "Thank you," you murmured. You stood carefully, legs shaking under your weight, and started the slow walk home. Each step felt heavier than the last. The city blurred around you, headlights streaking, voices distant. You didn't even notice the tears slipping down your cheeks until they hit your lips. When you finally reached your apartment, you fumbled with the keys, nearly dropping them twice before getting the door open. The moment you stepped inside, your knees buckled. You barely made it to the sofa before your vision darkened again. The soft fabric met your cheek, and the world went silent. The next time you woke, it wasn't to strangers' voices. It was to warmth, the scent of caramel and smoke, and something that made your heart ache with familiarity. "Hey," a voice muttered softly beside you. "You're awake." Your eyes fluttered open. You were still on the couch, a blanket draped over you, the faint light of the living room lamp painting everything in gold. Bakugo sat next to you, elbows on his knees, scowl carved into his face, but his eyes, they were soft. "Katsuki," you whispered. "Yeah, Demas, who else?" He muttered, his voice gruff but quiet. "You were out cold when we got home. Scared the shit out of us." You blinked. "Us?" "Hey, babe." Kirishima's voice came from the doorway. He walked in, hair damp like he'd just showered, worry written all over his face. He handed you a mug of water and crouched down beside the couch. "Are you feeling okay?" You swallowed. "I think I passed out. Twice." "No kidding," Bakugo said, jaw tight. "You had a fever. You're lucky you even made it home." "Well, I couldn't call sick in again, and I messed everything up. I spilled coffee on someone and she yelled and then they fired me." Kirishima's expression fell. "Oh, babe." You let out a choked sound that turned into a sob. "I didn't mean to. I was trying so hard and I still messed up." "You're allowed to have a bad day, you idiot." His voice was rough but steady, pulling you against his side. Kirishima sat on your other side. "You should have told us that you were sick. You don't have to go through that stuff alone." "I didn't want to bother you guys." "Bullshit. You're never a bother. Don't say that again." "We're a team, remember? When one of us is down, the other carries the load. That's what love is for." He leaned into them both, shaking and crying quietly until the tears finally ran out. "You're home. That's all that matters." Bakugo pressed a kiss to your temple, and Kirishima hummed in agreement. "Tomorrow, we will make breakfast and watch dumb shows until you feel better, okay?" "You guys are too good to me." "Damn right we are." Kirishima grinned. "That's what you get for dating two pro heroes who love the shit out of you." You smiled weakly. "I love you both," you whispered. "Yeah, we know." Thank you guys for listening. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye!